project. You can see here's our project. I'm going to describe the board part. So first of all, we have to create a new node with texture, background, and center. So here is our robot. You can see it is a basically a box shape and has 4 wheels. So to create this, first of all, I have to go to the plus sign here, then choose base nodes, and then choose the robot and add this. Now I'm going to determine the body here. So first of all, I have to go to the robot, then children, and then onto the div body shape and body shape, then appearance PBL, then PBL appearance, and change the base color here. You can see, and metalness 0 here. After this, then our next task is to give physics. So by before giving the physics, I will set the geometry box and set the size here. You can see 0.1, 0.05, 0.2. After that, I will create the physics or add the physics here. Then setting the physics, I'm going to add 4 wheels here and 4 wheels, and you can see here are my 4 hinge joint here. So first one is for wheel 1, and I'm going to add the joint parameter. And in the device part here, it is a rotational motor, and then endpoint solid here, transition rotation. I've set the transition rotation part, and the children, going to children again, TF robot wheel shape, and it is a cylindrical shape basically. The appearance, PB appearance. After that, we'll set the here. Also, we have to set the physics here. And yeah, our translation and rotation part is very important here. I have to set this here and here. So like this, we have to, so like wheel 1, we are going to create other 3. After this, we'll change the texture and the background part. And also, we can set the luminosity here. So thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Rukshana Amin. In our project, we have to, our robot has to detect objects and maintain distance from them. So we had to use the camera sensor and distance sensor. To add these sensors, we had to go to the children section, then add base node. Here in base nodes, there is the camera and there is the distance sensor. We had to add them. Then we had to use translation and rotation so that these sensors are set properly on our robot. Then for the sensor to have any shape, we had to use appearance. Then we had to use geometry. We gave it the box shape. Then we had to use 2 different distance sensor for the right side and the left side here. Then we had to use the bounding object so that our sensor has collision, and then we used physics so that our sensor has the characteristics like real life object such as density, mass, gravity, etc. To simulate this, here you can see that the camera is working, and then the robot is measuring the distance and it's avoiding any kind of collision with it, so it's not colliding with it actually.
Assalamu alaikum, I'm Hasib. I completed the controller part. Firstly, we have to go to the wizard, select the new robot controller. As we did this in C++, so I have to select C++ in Webots, and I have to give the controller name. However, I completed this part, so I have an existing controller part, this one. Firstly, here I called the libraries and then set the time step to 64. After that, I had to enable the camera. I had to set the motor to the wheels, to the 4 wheels of the robot, and I had to write the while loop for the avoid obstacle. After completing the coding part, I have to go to the robot, and here I have to look for the controller. In this controller, I have to select my controller CPP file which I wrote for this. Now I selected my controller. Okay, it's selected. Now I may remove the intermediate build files. Clean finished. Now I may build the current project. I can see that it's building finished. Now I may run the simulate the project. Here I can see that my robot is moving forward to the obstacle, and when it will reach near the obstacle, it will change its direction. Thus, this worked successfully, and thank you. This is for.
Hi, I'm Nazifa. We are gonna use camera sensor for object detection. There are 3 objects in our project: a sphere, cone, and a cylinder. For our robot to recognize this, we have to choose this option in our camera. So we are gonna go to our robot and select this option here. Here we have previously added this feature. We also need to add frame color and frame thickness. Then we have to do the same for our object as well. So we are gonna go to our cylinder object and change its color. And we have to do this for all of our objects. So now we're gonna see if our project is working or not. So here you can see that our robot is moving after turning on the simulation, and it's detecting our object with a red frame around it. Then after detecting our object, it is moving to another direction. So we can finally conclude that our project is working successfully, and that is the end of our project. Thank you.